Hey guys, it's Andrew with GY6 Vids. Got a very unique video today. Never been done on my channel before. We're using a bow. A lot of you guys have been trying to tell me, use a bow, and I agree. I love bows. I love shooting bows. And I wanted to make it kind of a special thing when I first introduced a bow on my channel. And so we're gonna be shooting a bow, but not just any arrow. We're gonna have an arrow with a Rac Em Bac BOWMAG tip on them. Now these bad boys are little containers. They have a housing tip that screws into your arrow shaft. And inside that tip, there's a base that has a firing pin on it pretty much. And inside the tip, you put your regular 357 Magnum round inside, and it screws on to the front of your arrow. And on impact, that firing pin strikes the primer goes off, round goes into your target. I wanted to see if these were actually effective and what they did in gel, also on some meat, and maybe if they even set off reactive targets. So I hope they work. On their website I didn't see anything about them being reusable, and judging by the way the tip of these things look, I don't think they are. I think they're kind of a one-shot deal, which is kind of crappy because you're paying about roughly, I don't know, $50 for about 5 of these things. So for $10 a pop, it's pretty expensive. So make it count. But hopefully they work the way they say they're supposed to. It's gonna be very interesting in gel. These are rated, as they say on their box, for medium to large game. They're saying hogs, bear, there are little pictures on here, I'm not lying. Hog, bear, buck, and elk. 357 Magnum killing an elk. Maybe. Maybe in the long run, but you'd be chasing the damn thing for a while, in my opinion. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, I don't know. I never shot an elk with one of these, and I don't think I intend to. A little inhumane in my opinion. In the case, it comes with a little weight that screws into your arrow that kind of resembles the weight of a 357 Magnum round, so you can shoot into a target and sight in with these things without blowing up your targets, which is kind of nice. I was worried about that. And once again, I don't think these are reusable, but we will see. Shooting the gel, got some somewhat slow-mo, not a $100,000 slow-mo camera that you guys want me to get. If you guys have 100 grand, feel free to contact me, Andrew at GY6Vids.com, and donate, because I'll buy one if I had that much money. But I don't. So, we're gonna have to deal with what I have right now, which is the GoPro Hero 3 Black Plus Edition, and we'll be shooting at the gel. That being said, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get into the test and see how these bad boys look on some ballistics gel. Nothing. Impact on gel, no explosion. Always want to be careful with this. This is a live round. So, take this guy off and see what the primer looks like. I see a small indent on the primer, not much. It's also a reason why I'm giving it a second for a hang fire. I waited for a while at least. Everything's tight, everything's screwed down. It's a 357 Magnum round. Let's try it again. Sketchy at best. I hit slightly to the left of the block. This should be enough to set this off. I mean, this gel is tight. It's not like Jello like a lot of people think on YouTube. You can't just stick your finger in it. It doesn't work like that. It's pretty dense, so this should be going off. I'm not happy. Let's try it again, see if I can get a better shot in the middle. Hopefully that'll set it off. All right, time to recalculate. All right, let's try another one. That first one was sketchy at best. I tightened everything down. It was all the same way. See how this looks. Damn, I think that one partially hit the table and it still didn't go off. Son of a... God. Come on, meow. I think part of that actually hit the table. And it's in the gel. I mean, it's in there. No boom boom. My bow, by the way, for a fun little fact, is flying at about roughly 300 feet per second. So it's plenty of speed to get this to detonate. Granted, it's gonna be a little bit slower because it's a heavier front tip, but that's what these things are meant to do. It's meant to go on a regular bow, screwed on, it works. All right, so I got an idea. I'm gonna place that cow heart right in the front of this gel, give it a little bit more meat and substance to run into. Maybe a little bit thicker, because a heart's like one of the thickest pretty much just solid muscle, so it should be a little bit thicker than just gel. Maybe that'll set this off. So, got a cow heart. Gel is obviously not hard enough to, or dense enough to set the BOWMAG arrow off, which is kind of upsetting. But a cow heart, obviously all hearts are pretty much just muscle, so it's the densest type of meat. You would hope that this is going to set this arrow off, and if it doesn't, I'll be pretty upset because I want to shoot some exploding targets with these arrows, but obviously when you go into an exploding target bag, it's just soft powder. So I'm going to have to put it up against something hard for it to work. Cross my fingers, I want to tenderize the meat, put this bad boy on the barbecue. Yeah, eat a cow heart. Protein. Arrows, doesn't fly very straight because of how much weight's in the front of it, but it gives you a good 6-inch pattern, which is good enough for a hog, but I wouldn't do an elk with this. Yep. Right through the beef heart. Nothing. Come on. Come on. Okay, so penetrate right through the cow heart into the gel, damn near dead center, and nothing. You're upset. Yeah. So am I. Let's shoot it at a tree and see if it works. I'm just gonna tell you, I just shot one of these at this tree, and they do work. But this one's test number 2 to see if they do something better than they just did. So if you're wanting to buy $10 per tip BOWMAG arrow tips, and your main goal is to piss off tree huggers because you're assassinating trees, then you're gonna piss off a tree hugger because that tree is toast. But if you want to spend $10 per round to hunt, I don't know, sketchy at best. I mean, I would expect them to be so close to that primer that when it impacts, that firing pin detonates it every time, even in soft hide. But I'm gonna show you something right now. This arrow tip, yep, the whole tip blows up, not reusable, and it jams your screw-in section into the shaft, so you can't use your arrow again until you have needle nose pliers to get it out. They found me. You're not gonna take me alive! I swear, it doesn't matter where you film in the most remote location, and you have planes and trains and automobiles and Democrats. They all come out of the woodwork. Yeah, let me show you up close what this is doing to the arrow. Here's the arrow, and inside that arrow shaft is the little screw-in tip that you put in that has the firing pin on the tip of it. And then you screw in the housing of the round and the BOWMAG tip on top of that. Well, when it blows up, not only does it hairline fracture your arrow, fun, these aren't cheap arrows, but they're cheaper, but they shouldn't blow up your arrow, period. And this base is stuck in the arrow. So you have to use needle nose pliers or something that skinny to get in there and unscrew it in order to use this arrow again. Plus, the housing, you can see that. This is part of the housing, one of those little fins. It explodes. So $10 a pop to assassinate trees or something that's very thick hide and very muscular. Maybe a bear, maybe, I mean, hogs are dense too, but man, just the uncertainty if it'll actually go off, plus the fact that every arrow you use is now screwed unless you have needle nose pliers, which they don't talk about on their website. BOWMAG, Rac Em Bac. If you guys have anything to say, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just proofs in the pudding. And yeah, this kind of sucks. I don't know what you're basing it off of, but I use multiple different rounds. I'm getting a kink in my neck. Oh shit. Go for a hole. Multiple different rounds, multiple different arrow tips, same result. And in the gel, I used multiple different rounds and different arrow tips as well. Nothing was setting it off. But 2 arrows in a row, split ends. Not a whole lot, but they're hairline fractures, that's for sure. And if you do any archery, you do not want fractures in your shaft. fractures in your shaft. Not good. Any point in time. But you guys came here to see something awesome. Shooting a tree with a round on the end of it's not cool enough. Let me see if I can put a rock, a big rock, so it's not going to become shrapnel and hit me in the face, but behind a bag of exploding targets, and then shoot the bag of exploding targets. I'm already ruining arrows anyway. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we got the 8-ounce low velocity indirect exploding targets about 25-30 yards away. Very small little target. See if I even get close to it. Theoretically, the explosion and the flash should set the exploding target off. Let's see if it even goes off. It's not even enough oomph or powder to make a low velocity exploding target go off. I tried to make it entertaining even at the end with an exploding target, and nothing. There are meat bees everywhere, little yellow jacket hornets, because of that heart. But hope you appreciate the test, guys. Sorry it was kind of lame. I know there wasn't a lot of action except for slaying some tree huggers' dreams. But hope you appreciate it. Hit the like button, not because you enjoy the fact that these things don't perform as well as they should. They probably would work on a moving hog or an elk, maybe, but I don't know if I want to take that risk. I'd much rather use just a regular standard broadhead. Hope you appreciate the video. Hit the like button because you appreciate I'm putting in the effort and giving an honest review. There are meat bees all over the mic, so hopefully you don't hear that too bad. Also, head over to gy6vids.com, my new website. My decals are all ready to rock and roll. They're vinyl die-cut decals. Help support GY6Vids. The money goes to keeping me doing what I'm doing. There's pink for the ladies and white for the gentlemen. Well, I guess there are maybe some gentlemen that like the pink too. I don't know. I mean, pink stickers. I'm gonna stop. I'm getting tired. God. I will see you guys next week. MG42 light machine gun, full auto. Next Friday. Stay tuned. Tell your friends, and I'll see you next time. BFG 50A semi-automatic sniper rifle. API rounds, armor-piercing incendiary.
$10 a pop, they say. It's supposed to be good, they say.